Welcome. I'm your host, Dustin.
And I am also Dustin.
Yes. Yes.
It's still getting weird, like trying to hear my name and your name in the same sentence.
It is. It's so weird, but I love it.
Yeah, man.
I feel like everybody that listens to this now, they're like, wait, who? Which one's which?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're the better looking one. I'm just the tall one.
Oh, no, come on. Hey, I'm tall too, man. You're a little
how tall
than
are
me.
you? How tall are you?
I'm 6'1".
Okay, yeah, I'm literally a little taller. I'm 6'2".
Yeah, just a wee bit. Just a wee bit.
Just by a hair. I'm a grower, not a shower, man. Okay.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Hey.
Oh, man. Well, we have a really fun one planned. On this show, even before Dustin joined, he also does this on his show for Flicks and Friends. There's no hiding our love for Screambox.
It's not. It's too easy for us to love them.
Yes. So we got a screener for an upcoming film called Creeping Death that's dropping on Screambox September 10th, 3 days after my birthday.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So we had the chance and the opportunity to watch this, and we're here to talk about it. I got some
choice words,
opinions. Nothing like really negative, like nothing like cuckoo, like side of things. Like that one.
Pun intended, yeah, literally.
Yeah. But this one was great.
But you didn't get a link to the Metallica song "Creeping Death," right? Like that's not what you got.
No.
Okay.
No. Did you get that?
Well, like that's what I got.
Wow.
But it was Drowning Pool's cover of Creeping Death.
Wow, Screambox.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Man, that's funny. That's so good. And I just saw Metallica a couple weeks ago, and they played Creeping Death, and it was really good.
That's awesome, dude. I've always wanted to see them, but it's just like one of those things. They don't come down to this part of Florida, because I just feel like any tour that comes down to Orlando, it's like they regret it after, and then they just don't fucking come back, dude.
Oh man. Well, one day.
Eventually. Sure.
Hell yeah. But how we've been doing these reviews is like we'll start off kind of like our overall thoughts, and then go over some IMDb stuff, and then we'll jump into spoilers and just kind of highlight some of the things that we liked, what we didn't like, how we felt about it. So I'll let you go ahead and take the floor for a little bit and just kind of give me your overall feelings of this film, because I'm intrigued.
So last night, I decided to set the mood by turning my fucking LED lights to orange.
Hell yeah.
Popping on the screener, dude.
Oh, fuck.
Wanted to set some spooky vibes, man. And I did. And what I got from this movie, man, look at that.
I'm a little bit darker, but that's okay.
Looks good to me, man. But what I got out of this, man, is a cool monster, some exciting lore, and not gonna lie, if I had a particular friend that was in this group, like we wouldn't be friends.
Yeah.
But no, man, like it's absolutely a vibe. Like you have to, like the setting, you definitely have to be into the Halloween mindset when you watch this, man. Not Halloween the movie, Halloween the season.
Yes, like fall 100%. Go outside, get some dead leaves, and put them in your living room.
There you go. Crunch. What about you, man? What was your first initial thoughts on this movie?
The vibes, like as you're going on, I have to say they nailed the feeling of fall and Halloween and a neighborhood. Sort of. They don't really go too heavy on like crowds of people, but like they show a lot of porches in front of houses, which I thought were really cool, and there were pumpkins everywhere. You see a pumpkin patch and a bunch of stuff going on, but yeah, the vibes are great. The lore was really, really cool. The creature design I thought was fantastic.
I loved it.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Some creepy. There was a few creepy moments in here where I was like, "Oh, that's pretty good." And there was also some gross out moments. So I feel like both of those, or everything, atmosphere, gross out moments, good practical effects. This is your film, man.
Yeah. It's definitely in the vein of like The Barn
Yes, I
or
was thinking the
Dark,
exact same thing. Yes.
like Dark Harvest, like stuff like that. It's not necessarily a low budget film, but it feels like if you feel the love that went into it, man, and that's what I really dig about when we get these screeners from Screambox. Because sure, we get some high produced stuff, but I love seeing people's passion projects,
Same.
and this is one of them, man. And it's just neat. It's just neat. And then I had an interaction with the producer last night. He's super cool, Tyler. So that was pretty neat. Yeah, no, this movie is, and that's the best way we're gonna put it, man. It's a vibe.
It
Speaking
really
of
is. Go ahead and like I said, go outside, grab some dead leaves. Hey, there you go. There
I
you
got to
go.
put the orange on too.
Yeah, go get some dead leaves. Go get a squash or something because I don't think there's any pumpkins out right now.
Board, yeah.
Go ahead and just carve it, or get yourself a fake one like I do right here.
Mm-hmm.
Plop it up next to you, get a candle lit, and you're in for a ride. And
Yeah.
it's right at that like 90-minute mark, a couple minutes over, but it doesn't feel dragged at all. I thought the momentum of this, like once it starts.
Good pacing, yeah.
Yeah, and there's definitely some characters in here where you're gonna be like, can you just shut up now? Definitely
Shut the fuck up, yeah.
And I'm like, I hope you get what you get, and maybe that happens, maybe it doesn't. Join us in spoilers to find out. But yeah, totally. Should I just give my rating now of this? Because I kind of want to.
Sure, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, go ahead. You go first.
So my IMDb, not my IMDb, my Letterboxd rating is a 4.5.
Wait, did you download Letterbox finally?
I did. Yes. So it's a 4.5 out of 5. But my personal, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
There you go.
What about you, man?
I'm right there with you. I'm going to give it a 4.5.
Hell yeah.
Out of 5.
Hell yeah.
Like the vibe of the movie was just fucking great. I love the season of Halloween, as cliche as that sounds, but
yes.
Yeah, like there were a lot of shots, like you get profile shots, like the reveal is really good of this monster when we get to it. There's a lot of smart decisions made in this movie, which I really, really appreciated as a horror fan. It's like, wow, you can tell it comes from horror fans.
Yes, 100%.
So, yeah.
All right. Let's talk about the spoilers. So
yeah, you ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna give everybody a warning right now. If you don't want to listen to spoilers, tune out now and come back later after you've seen the film, or stick around anyway and support us.
September 10th, Screambox. It drops. It's Screambox exclusive, right? Like it's
an exclusive.
One of their movies. Tight, yeah.
Yeah.
Same like Chronic to Fortuitous, Here for Blood. It's in all of those, man. All the same vein.
Yeah, and like if you like those movies, you're gonna love this one. It all kind of like in like their own family, really. Like you can watch one and move on to the next one, and it feels like on the same level of production. In my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so here we go.
Spoilers.
Click off now if you don't want to listen, or stay listening. It does not matter to us. I guess I'm gonna start. And that's the tricky question and tricky part, is to figure out where do I want to start in here, because there's so many great moments. I guess I want to. This is within like the first 10-15 minutes is the mother son kind of thing that's going on, and you get glimpses of like medical bills and chemo and oncology reports. And at first, because the main character, his name is Tim, and you meet his dad briefly, and then he starts talking about his friends and whatever, but then you're like really focusing on Tim, and he has to stay home on Halloween night. You're supposed to be with his friends. His dad says, hey, you got to stay, blah blah blah. So he's home, and he talks to his mom, and I think he talks to her, and then we get the pictures, or just like the overall like zooming of all the medical bills, and then there's a letter for a university where he got accepted into. So I thought first he was sick.
So how I looked at that, man, is first and foremost the way he talks to her. You cut that shit out right now, dude. Like, I don't care how mad you are. You don't do that, dude.
Yes.
But yeah, no, like you would make the assumption because they talk about, you've sacrificed so much, for this family, and it's not even your responsibility, all this and that.
Yeah.
He talks about going out with his friends, and his dad's like, actually, no, you're not. You got to stay home, and he gets all pissy, and rightfully so. I mean, like at the end of the day, he's still technically the teenager that wants to hang out with his buddies before, like this might be his last hurrah.
Yeah.
Before going out to college, and never seeing them again until like, the breaks and such,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's sad seeing like the mom, and then she comes into play a lot later.
Yeah.
When it comes to the dickhead that's in the group. And that's what I'd like to talk about. It's just like the characters that we meet, like you have that old dude that we meet at the pumpkin patch at the beginning. Like we don't get anything as to why he's being like that until they steal something from him, and then they go back and steal something else from him.
Yes,
dude.
The gift that keeps on giving, I guess.
Yeah, theft. Yeah, and then all of his friends kind of suck. He has his best friend with the black and red striped shirt. He kind of sucks. The dude with the aviator hat, like I love when old buddy's getting ready in the bathroom. He just walks in there and just starts pissing with him right next to him, man. And then you got old buddy that just the last guy of the group is like I didn't even remember his name, dude. But it's like I'm like he sucks.
Was it Nate?
Probably.
Yeah.
I didn't care enough because I hated him enough. You know what I mean? Like it was just one of those things where I didn't want to get to know him. And then you got the two girls. You got a love interest. And then the girl that is too hot for one of the guys, you know what I mean? It's just like he doesn't deserve her type of deal.
No.
But at the end of the day, in the yin and yang, dude, you know what I mean? So yeah, we have, and then we get to meet little characters here and there. Like there's the Uber driver that's pretty fucking funny. That poor kid.
Do you guys know how to change this tire? You don't know how to change a tire? What, I look like AAA?
Yeah, I'm on the clock, guys. Like, can you just select the destination? All while this dude's getting mutilated in the yard. And he's like, do you want to end up like that? Just fucking drive.
Oh,
dude.
Yeah, sure, dude. Yeah, sure. Just give me a 5-star rating.
Yeah. But no, that's what I wanted to touch on just a little bit of the characters and the situation that's going on, because they steal this, burlap sack of whatever. And then that's when the domino effect starts happening. And these kids are just now in for the ride.
Kids being kids on Halloween, Just
they're trying to TP. That's who that was, right? He was the ghost that was trying to TP the fucking tree.
Yep, and he kept missing.
What a putz, dude. That guy. But
man.
what I dug a lot is you have the kid with the aviator, the friend.
Yeah.
After he's out there like trying to make up with the girl he just told to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
This movie's full of guys not knowing how to talk to women.
That's a pretty big theme in this, honestly.
Yeah.
They're very immature. Very immature.
Yeah, but I did like when he gets like the shit rocked out of him and he can't see, like you can see the shape of the monster, but we don't get the reveal until like 20 minutes after that, which I think is really, really smart, because we've all seen the promotional image for this where it's like the creature standing in the archway of the orange lights, which is really striking. And I'm glad we didn't get it ruined for us because it looks really good. I like the look of it having the more, I don't say old fashioned, but like monster, like it's like his head doesn't match his attire. It's weird to describe. It's like a cowboy skeleton. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
It's like he was wearing blue jeans.
Yeah.
So it was like a modern monster. You know what I mean? Like he clocks in and clocks out. He's a fucking blue collar man, dude. Just doing his thing. But I love the reveal.
Yes, me too. I thought his designs were amazing. Also, like the effects that they have around his eyes, I think is really really cool. Because the entire like lead up to this, the only part of him that you see is his hands, and it's like one of the opening moments of this film. Like you see that, and
dude,
you're like,
nobody likes fucking candy corn, dude. No one likes candy corn.
You're gonna hate
I would have done the same thing. I would have.
I love candy corn.
It's eating wax, dude. Like you're straight up.
Dude, I know.
It's fucking wax.
It's a guilty
disgusting.
pleasure. That's a guilty pleasure.
Oh man, but no, I would have done the same exact thing. I would have thrown that shit right on the floor.
Yeah,
right in front of that guy's face.
I can only have so much candy corn before I feel sick, and that's maybe like 10 pieces, and then I'll move on to something else. But yeah, if all you have left is candy corn, I'd be pretty upset too. I need a mixture of things.
And it's loose candy corn. Like this guy's like grabbing in the bucket with his bare hands, giving it to these kids. I'm like, that's gross.
Yeah,
dude. Like,
yeah, he's like, this is all I have, and he still has like a ton of it in there, and he just gives like one little handful of it.
Yeah, dude, it's like me giving treats to my cat. I'm like, here you go, dude.
Oh man.
But so when the creature is on the car, right? Like he's like, while they're trying to escape, and his friend beats him with the bat, and he falls off, and then you have the dickhead goes over there and like, for some reason, Three Stooges him, dude, and pokes him right in the eyes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they burn. Did you think
sick.
he was going to start turning into one of these things because of his burned fingers and the way he started acting after that? I'm like, when they're like, all right, so they find out like the formula for the monster, like how to fix, you know, what they're in, that a loved one has to get killed before midnight. And this guy just starts spitting off. He goes, dude, your mom can fucking die because she has cancer. She only has like 2 months anyways. And the kid's like, the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. And
you know,
in the room
I thought that was like,
they're all thinking the same thing though. Like no one was saying anything to him because they're all just like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, well, I guess. But I thought he was turning into one of those creatures because of that. You know, it's uncharacteristic of someone to be, you know, volunteer your mother to get killed.
Yeah. But he was also just a dickhead, man. He didn't.
That's true too.
He was so selfish, and he didn't care. You know, he was trying to make it seem like he cared about the group. He really didn't. He just didn't want to die. Because he also got a bone in his leg, and they had to rip that out, which I thought was pretty cool.
Dude, the main kid is like, yeah, my dad taught me everything I need to know. Pulls that fucking bone out. I'm like, why didn't you wrap it up?
They did so loosely, like they put like one thing on it, and
dude,
that was it.
Every time you see it, the hole is like gaping in his leg. It shows his leg like 4 times. Yeah. I get it. You want to show off the prosthetic, sure, cool.
Yeah.
But the kid's like, yeah, my dad's an ambulance worker, and he doesn't do dick to this kid's leg to save it.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually doing, you know, more harm because he pulled out the plug.
Yeah, honestly.
At that point.
Unless you were gonna, you know, plug it up or like you were saying, cover it. But all they did was like put a little tie above it so like the blood wasn't gonna go. But they barely even tied that on.
They should have cauterized. If they'd cauterized it, it'd been a different story.
Oh, that would have been a
set something
scene.
hot on it. Yeah.
Hell yeah. But no, I totally did think that he was either gonna turn or his whole hand was just gonna start like decaying. It kind of just stopped at his fingers. I would have loved to see like him just like start decaying into some sort of disgusting creature, but budget restraints, I understand. And also you push the story forward.
Yeah, just turn him into one. Like you see his hand like fucking start turning into like, you start seeing the familiar hand that we've seen a couple times already, dude. But this kid fucking got it, and I loved it, dude, because when that monster fucking hooks his fingers through his mouth,
oh yeah,
and you see that was so good.
And then right on the cross and the
he hit him with
the lawn. So good.
Fucking hit him with the backbreaker, dude. Out there, just fucking. You hear good old JR back there going, "My God!" Fucking dude, it was awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good moments, like kill-wise, and just people getting beat up with a lot of practical effects. Which I'm so happy that indie films like this, or even like slightly higher budget films, are being like, I don't want CGI. I want it super little. I want prosthetics. That people are so adamant of being as realistic as possible. And we even saw this in Alien Romulus, and that was an $80 million movie. And they were using practical pretty much everything. And this is way lower than that. And they were able to do what they did with making this creature look so cool, with like, you know, a lot of body damage on people and people getting their faces ripped off or squished in or backbreakers and so many cool things. One thing I gotta bring up real quick. I don't know if you picked this up, and I wonder if anybody else did at the beginning, when Tim puts his mother to bed and he's downstairs and he's sleeping and he wakes up. He has a tattoo, and he's got a tattoo of the thorn symbol.
From the Cult of Thorn.
From the from the Halloween cult.
I did not notice that. But what I thought was about to happen, because there's a scene where like when they're telling, like when we get the lore dump of this monster and they're reading from the book. You see a little fucking gloved hand reach in with an orange jumpsuit. It looks like Sam's hand, grabbing everything. I was like, okay, are they about to tie something in? Like, that'd be neat.
That would have been so crazy if they got rights for that stuff.
Right. But I honestly, I feel like if this were to cross paths with anything, it would be the barn.
Yes.
Like this one 100% has that vibe to it.
Yes.
And I can definitely see this creature like palling around with these other ghosts, you know, and just fucking wreaking havoc. But I did notice that the mom and Tim were wearing matching shirts. You know, they both had those 3/4 sleeve orange shirts on. Oh yeah, dude. That's just one like when she gets up out of bed and all the sirens are going off, she's wearing the 3/4 sleeve shirt when he's laying in the cornfield after getting stabbed by his love interest.
Oh, I got things to say about her, man.
Dude. Anyways, stabs him after professing love to each other, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm glad she fucking got right in front of her dad too. That was like one of those things. It's like, oh, fuck, okay. But I'm if I have a gripe, if I do, and we just touched on it, that I'm stoked that there are practical effects in this, but the amount of cutaways, that we get to see some cool ones, then we get some that we just have to assume happened.
Yeah, we just hear like the squishing and stuff, which is it's fine,
dude.
With what they had to do, I thought it was still effectful.
If I got to see this girl's head get stomped in, I'd be pumped. You know, but yeah, if I griped, and it's not even a major gripe because I literally got everything I wanted out of this movie.
Yeah.
You know, like the hype, I don't say there was even hype behind it. Screambox announced it. I seen it. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. You know, because scarecrows are my favorite type of monster. And I thought this monster was a scarecrow. I was like, I'm in. No matter what, I'm in. It's not a scarecrow. It's what is it? A Celtic god? Celtic
he's like
monster.
Some kind of like weird, like super old being.
They talk about it. Yeah.
That just comes back every Halloween to get things.
Yeah, he left his purse, and he has to fucking come back. But yeah, he's a Celtic being. But yeah, all overall, man, like we said it earlier, this movie's a fucking vibe.
Yeah,
this is absolutely one that I'll pop on during the month of October.
Yes, this is definitely in the rotation for me.
Just to have on. Yeah.
Another thing too that I don't know if I'm reaching on this, or if you can look at it and also see like the symbols that they put on the door, right? It's like it's like two C's, but one's backwards. I was
like a box. It's like that, right?
Yeah,
like
I was like,
that.
Is that them like putting the title of the movie into it? Because like the first one's a C, right? And then the other one's the other way. And if you draw a line down, it would be a D. So it'd be CD, Creeping Death.
No, I mean, I don't even know. I don't think that would be the thing, but I also think that's very simple.
Yeah.
Again, but who knows how old this being is? I mean, we see it being very simple, but that could be something that meant something back then, you know, like during its reign of terror.
Hell yeah. Man. So,
but tell me what you thought about this love interest. Like, what do you have to say about her?
All right. So At first, I was like, okay, I get it. You know, this guy saw her at a party and gave her a jacket. They kind of talk about it. And then he stopped talking to her for 3 years, which I was like, that's a bit weird. I know, I think she had to, like, she left or something, and then she came back, or whatever the story is. There's like a going away party, like Facebook event that he pulls up at one point. And I think it's from 3 years ago. And like early on in the movie, they say, oh yeah, you know, Danielle's here. And he goes, oh really? I didn't know that. Because he was supposed to go hang out with them early on. And this was his one chance to like go back and kind of get with her. So we had this build up of them kind of liking each other. And then you see that she's really into him. And then we get to the ending when I liked her. I thought I liked her character pretty much throughout the entire film. I thought, no, she was pretty level-headed with like what was going on and thinking things through with Tim and kind of siding with him. But when we get to the ending, when they finally say that they love each other and they kiss and she stabs him, I fucking hated her immediately. I'm like, my vibes on her got fucking flipped. I was like, wow, she's the worst character. The worst character in this whole thing. The other guy, yeah, he talked a lot of shit, but he got what was coming to him pretty early on. She was playing the long game of being like, yeah, let's do these things. And now when that happened and it clicked for me, I'm like, wow, you fucking suck. Like, you should have died way earlier. Like, keep the
from
other
that
girl
dickhead
alive.
who was choking her. He was choking her and beating her head against the ground. And she looked over and grabs that knife in like the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
So she kept that motherfucking thing on her.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, she's gonna use it on him, but she never did. I'm like, what is going on here? So she legit like planned all this. As soon as she heard, oh, a loved one needs to die. Oh, I need to fall in love with this guy, so that way I can kill him and I can live. Mm-hmm. So like when you click that together, you're like, yeah, she's the worst one in the entire group.
Yeah, and I love it, dude, because she's running through the cornfield, and she's like, her dad's like, they're like about to run into each other, and she's like yelling. She's like, what time is it? And her dad goes, it's 2 minutes to midnight.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
I'm like, thank God, like this motherfucker, dude. And like I said, I wish I got to see the head stomp, but it's implied because it's a POV. So, yeah. Which is good. I dig it.
Fuck, man. I really wanted to like her. That was the thing. I was like, okay, I've seen enough of these movies that it's going to get to the end and one of them's going to have to die. But I thought they're not going to do it in this one. I'm like, they're not. And then they did that. And the way they did it made me hate her so much.
Yeah. So what I thought was about to happen is we met her dad in this movie, and we met his dad in this movie.
Yeah,
and I thought one of them were gonna get it. You know, like they're the loved ones that inevitably take the bullet for the children.
Yep.
But nope, she was just fucking selfish and tried to fucking kill this kid.
I want to say one gripe I have is going back to when he's in his mom's bedroom with the knife and puts it on her throat and she rolls over. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure she would have cut her neck open, and I thought I saw blood.
Her jugular,
blood. So I was like, oh, but it didn't happen. She lived, and she lived to live another day, another month,
another month or two. Yeah, the dickhead. But my favorite part, we talked a little bit about it before we started recording, was in the end credits. We got that fucking screen that said the Aussie will return in fucking Avengers Endgame.
Hell yeah, dude.
No, but I can absolutely see this monster in other movies that Screambox has. Like, I can keep going back to the barn because that's one. Or I want to see like a little like an anthology that Screambox does, and it includes this being in it.
Hell yeah.
It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I dig that too. I don't think I really have any negatives.
I'm gonna copyright that Screambox.
I think literally my only negative was the almost throat slitting scene. But I thought the acting for what this movie is, and you can tell that it's a low budget film, I thought it was all really good. Everybody was doing a great part. You really hated some people, and they made sure you hated them. And then they also made you like somebody and then immediately want them dead right after. So, like, great writing for that, great character development. I thought Tim, for him being the main focus, he wasn't really much of a wimp. With movies like this, you always think, oh, it's a slasher film, so the main guy is going to be really stupid. It's going to be super stupid. But no, he wasn't. He may have been peer pressured into almost killing his mom, but I mean, in that situation, what would you do? Would you just be like, no,
no, dude? I'm like, fuck you, get out of my house.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, you can fare out there. Don't fare inside my house, man. Like you, no.
Yeah.
Fuck out. Go now.
One other thing I guess is like the sex scene or the almost sex scene. I get it's a slasher film and you got to show some tits, but I don't think we really needed that in here. I thought it would have been completely fine with them just going out and getting killed. But I thought it was a funny scene regardless of how it all went down.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those where like we're about to, he's trying to ruse her up, like fucking sweeten her up. He's about to get some. But that's typical. Oh my god. But what I thought would have been funny, because her fucking top is one of these things.
Yeah.
Is when does she have time to just fucking do that in the midst of all of that? Like, she'd run up to the group with her tits out and screaming. And that would have been a good gag at that point. Like, she would have ran up and they're like, oh, fix yourself.
Yeah.
And then that's when she'd do it. But yeah, no. And then I have almost no gripes other than the cutaways, but I understand. I get it. I mean, it's very minuscule to gripe about something like that when we got what we got.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's pretty much it. I want everybody to go and watch this, go support it, get on Screambox if you're not on Screambox. Like we said, it's going to be dropping on September 10th. So get your subscription before then or on that day and go check it out. This is going to be one everybody's gonna be watching on Halloween for sure. Like, what a great time for it to come out, and I want to know how long they've had this in the bag, because this is so good. It's so good, and
everywhere says 2022, but I'm assuming that's when it was running its circuit.
Yeah, maybe. So good on you, Cineverse and Screambox, for grabbing another great film to add to the repertoire on Screambox. And to get more people over there, because the output, like we always say, is insane. And it's because of you guys that are going on there and watching those movies while they're able to get all these. So keep doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any final thoughts on this? Is there anything that you would change or add other than the cutaways?
No. Another thing I really did appreciate is there weren't needle drops in it. Like, all of the music was like score.
Yeah.
We had the one, like the not monster mash at the very beginning.
Yeah. That was funny.
Other than that, man, I like the fact that there were no needle drops. Like I didn't have to depend on that. So I thought that was pretty good too.
Yeah.
But no, nothing I'd change.
Another thing that I wanted to bring up is that there were certain moments where they dropped out all music completely to add for a suspense. And it wasn't like a cheesy gag. It was like actual like, oh, okay, this is suspense. We're focusing on this moment. No music, barely any background noise, and you just in the moment. I thought that was also really good.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
But for me, no, I think this is great. I wouldn't change or add anything to it. Like I said, like, you hated the people that they wanted you to hate, and you liked the people that they wanted you to like, and you really were into this creature, and you wanted him to go around and start slashing these people up, and he does. Oh boy, he does.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, this will be it for me. I promise. I like that he didn't have like a signature weapon. Like, I mean, other than his hand, we see that focused on a lot.
Yeah.
But he would grab shit around him, which I really liked.
Yeah.
I liked.
very resourceful and not having to rely on one certain thing. But yeah, go check this out, September 10th. Once again, thank you, Screambox, and for all of our listeners and watchers. You're another reason why we're able to get all these and put them out for you and give a good, honest review. Over the years, I've been picky with what I've been reviewing, and Screambox, it's like almost every single one that comes out, I'm like, I gotta review it. Like, there's no way I can't, because they're all fantastic, and I hope you guys at home are gonna like it just as much. And I think that's pretty much it, right?
That's all I got.
All right, so we'll see you guys on the next one.
Yep, later.
Creeping Death.